Hello there everybody and welcome back to Dead Rising 2. Last video we turned in case file 1-4. We kind of diffused the situation with Sullivan and we are still working on proving our innocence in this whole zombie outbreak. Our next case file doesn't actually take place until 7:30, so we have a lot of downtime right now to go out into the mall and to do whatever it is that we want to do. I, of course, am going to focus on saving survivors if I can, so we need to go out to the mall and get that started. Got 66 hours left, plenty of time to go and do some good around Fortune City. I should have a bunch of new messages popping up on my walkie-talkie here. I'm pretty satisfied with my inventory at the moment. Although I do want to do a little bit of rearranging before we go and defeat a couple of psychopaths, which I'm not actually going to do in this video. I'll be doing that next time. This video is just going to be a lot of fetching, walking around the mall and getting survivors. So hopefully something a little bit more exciting next time. But as you can see, tons of things have popped up. The first quest we're going to do is Welcome to the Family, because this one has already actually timed down quite a bit. So this one is going to run out the fastest, and unfortunately this is over on the other side of the mall, over by the Yucatan Casino, so I'm gonna kinda have to haul ass in order to get over there. But if I leave now, it should give me plenty of time to get there and to come back in time. Get some zombies out of my way. Even though this is quite a ways away, it actually is a really good setup in order to grab all of these survivors that are in our active quest log right now. By going to the other side of the town, we can actually come back and round up the other survivors on our way back. So it actually works out quite nicely. We're just on a bit of a timer. And I think this is our first time in the Atlantica Casino. It's kind of themed like underwater. There's, of course, Poseidon. There's pirate type decorations. It's kind of a neat little place. I don't actually find myself coming here as much as I do the Americana Casino, for example, because it's a lot closer. But there are going to be a couple of people we need to save and a couple of things we need to do here. And you can, of course, gamble in this place like you can any other casino, and the slot machines are already actually turned on. And it serves as a really nice shortcut to go to the Palisades Mall if you ever find yourself needing to go there, which is why I'm going this route right now. Now, I don't remember if we've gone through the mall. I know we've gone through the food court, but this place is a gigantic mess of stores. There are all sorts of stores here. There's actually quite a few useful ones if you're looking to get magazines, for example. There's a couple of clothing stores here. This center area is really kind of strange. It's like a bar. You can buy, or you can't buy things. You can make drinks. You can also get drinks if you need something alcoholic to heal your health. We'll take a better look around this place later. The place that we're going is called Shanks. And we find two survivors, Jack and Kenneth, in here. I'm going to help them clear out the zombies. Most survivors won't talk to you if they're being attacked. You usually have to clear out the zombies first and then speak to them. So we're going to do that. Of course, Jack doesn't seem to be doing much. He's just kind of standing and cowering in some sort of fear. But Kenneth is his father-in-law, and he is apparently not very happy that Jack married his daughter. Probably because the man has no spine, which is a little bit unfortunate. Once you've talked to Kenneth, talk to Jack, just to make sure that he's up for leaving. And their bonding turned horrible. They tried to play some poker, have a father-son type night, and it just didn't work out. Didn't work out at all, actually. That is the worst type of bonding, would be a zombie apocalypse. That would not be the greatest thing for bonding, I can imagine. That would probably make things way worse. So Jack and Kenneth will join you, and then after they've joined, the quest actually disappears, so you don't have to worry about getting them back to the safe house at a certain time. Once they've joined you, they've joined, and you can worry about focusing on the other quests. I'm just going to go to a quiet part of the mall here so I can look at my watch. Our next stop is going to be the Yucatan Casino because we can actually pick up 3 survivors here. Meet the Contestants is a psychopath battle, which we are going to be doing next video, I hope. And once we round up the other 3 survivors, those are actually the only ones that I had planned to round up this time around. So maybe what we'll do is fool around a little bit after that, just for fun. Now, I don't actually want to go back the way I came. What I want to do is take a sort of roundabout route so that I don't end up triggering the battle with the psychopath. What I want to do is go to the Yucatan. The unfortunate thing is I don't really remember how to get there. I might actually be able to get there through the Atlantica. But let me just take a quick look around at some of the signs. Fortunately, I've got plenty of time, and Chuck runs pretty quickly. Yucatan is this way, so I'm just going to keep going this way. It's not a big deal if I trigger the psychopath battle, but I'd rather avoid it. Simply for the reason that I do not want my survivors to get accidentally killed, because that's never fun. I've had that happen, and it's really, really frustrating.
Come on!
I just gotta make sure these guys are caught up before I move on, or else they'll get left behind. But everyone's keeping up a fairly decent pace anyways. Hello Yucatan Casino, we meet once again. I never thought I'd be coming through here so often. Most of my playthroughs I don't come here at all, to be honest, but I guess I just decided I wanted to take this route. This is the shortest route I'm taking right now. Gonna go to the Silver Strip, and we're gonna go to the Slot Ranch Casino from here.
Still there?
Which is the way that we came when we fought Snowflake. We came from the Royal Flush. Okay, so it's a little bit more walking. Lots of walking in this video, lots of traveling. I should also stop by the pawn shop, although I think the only one that's open right now is the one over by the arena, which is the area I'm actually trying to avoid at the moment. Because the little quest is actually still showing up on my watch as one man's trash. But I won't have to really worry about that. It's just that it takes up space. Once I go and visit the area, it'll be off of my quest log. And I did already show where that location was a little bit earlier when we had rescued Chad and Doris.
Keep close.
So one day I'll actually go in there. Alright. So I don't think I'll fiddle around too much in here. I think I'll just head straight for the Plaza if I can. Luckily, it's a pretty short walk. Kenneth is a little slow because he's old. I just really want to make sure I don't leave him behind. And finally, we're gonna go to the Americana and then back to the Safehouse. So I changed my mind, taking back what I said about that being a very fast route. I think going to the Atlantica and then coming back to the Plaza and going to the Americana would have been faster. And I probably wouldn't have triggered the psychopath battle, but I'm just being more safe than sorry. I think I would recommend going the other route if you weren't as high of a level and Chuck maybe didn't run as quickly. Oh god, there are a bunch of looters. Okay, wow. There's like 6 of them. I usually don't run into more than 3 at a time. I want to take these guys down so they don't harm my survivors. But that's worth a lot of PP to kill all those guys, too. Nice. Alright. I could have picked up a tomahawk or something if I needed it, but I think I'm good with my weapons. The Yucatan Casino is right here. Just wasn't prepared for those looters. Although they are kind of random. So, like I said, we have 3 survivors to pick up in here. One of them you have to carry, so be prepared for that. That's why I chose to pick up these guys last instead of first, is just because having to carry one of them is a burden when you're trying to recruit people. So we're going to pick up Stuart and Brittany first. This is workers' I can't even speak today. Workers' compensation. As soon as you get here, Stuart is going to be hostile and attack you. So all you need to do is just attack him a couple of times until he stops. Now, unfortunately, he can also attack your survivors. He can attack you, and even after he says he'll come with you, I sometimes find that he's hostile, which is a little bit annoying, but he will join you after you kind of smack some sense into him. After he joins, you can speak to Brittany, and she'll join you with no problem. If you accidentally kill Stuart, say you just keep hitting him and you have a really tough combo weapon or something like that, then Brittany doesn't actually turn hostile. There's a lot of survivors that will turn hostile. They'll defect once their partners have died or taken a lot of damage, but unfortunately, or I should say fortunately, that's not the case with them, and you can still manage to save one of them if you screw up with the other one. Now, I think before I go and save her, I'm actually going to pick up some more free Zombrex. So let's put my survivors over there. I'll just have them wait in the corner there for me. I'm gonna go to Benny Jack's Barbecue Shack, and by going up to the top floor here, I'm gonna be able to do a little bit of platforming to get some Zombrex. There's these lights up on the top of the casino that you can actually jump to and from. It's going to be very, very close when you jump, so just time your jump. Take your time. And if you manage to platform all the way across here, there's a ton of money, a present for Katie, and some Zombrex. As well as a magazine, actually. So let's pick up all this stuff. Let's pick up our free Zombrex. I'm gonna drop the meat cleaver and I'm gonna pick up the broadsword, just because why not? There's a broadsword. The giant stuffed rabbit is also a present that you can get for Katie, but unfortunately, because I have to carry the survivor, I won't be able to bring that gift to her. Big stuffed animals like that, you do have to carry. So maybe later. There's other locations where I can get that stuffed animal as well if I feel like bringing her some gifts. This is Kristen, who is obviously drunk off her ass. She was having some sort of crazy party when the zombies got let out, and so she is completely oblivious that there's any sort of danger. And because she is so wasted and wouldn't follow directions whatsoever, we are going to have to carry her. As soon as she stops vomiting, I refuse to carry someone who is going to vomit all over me. Trying to reason with a drunk person is like trying to reason with a child. It takes a little bit of talking to her to get her to join. But luckily you don't really have to meet any sort of special requirements for her to join. So I'm going to pick her up and we are going to head back to the safe house. And then after that, I think that will do it for this video. We got a pretty good haul, to be honest. Lots of money, some Zombrex, lots of survivors. That's going to be a huge PP bonus to anybody who is in need of PP for leveling up. Okay. Now luckily, our walking in this episode is almost done, because the safe house is very conveniently located right here. All of our survivors look like they're doing well. Nothing bad happened to them. Except for Stuart, who I kind of messed up a little bit, but he asked for it. He attacked me first. It was self-defense. Just gotta wait for them to kind of show up here. Probably gotta wait for Kenneth, because he's the slow old one.
I appreciate it.
So we've brought 5 people back safely. And like I said, tons of escort bonus, tons of PP if you manage to get all those people back. It'll probably mean a level or 2 if you're at a lower level. So really key in leveling up. We still have quite a bit of time until we have to return to the safe house by 7:30 for our next case file. And next video, I'm going to hopefully take on the next psychopath and, of course, just continue on from there. So thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.